Hello dear friends, in today's video we discuss one problem on analysis of pre-stressed concrete beam. So let's start problem. A rectangular beam 280 mm into 650 mm deep is simply supported over a span of 12 meter. A cable is provided at an eccentricity of 125 mm, initial pre-stressing force of 1500 kN and loss of the pre-stress is 20%. Find the extreme fiber stresses at midspan for various stages. Beam is carrying 2-point load at 4 meter each of 40 kN. The specific weight of concrete is 25 kN per meter cube. So width of beam is given, which is 280 mm, and depth of beam is 650 mm. So depth of beam is 650 mm. Eccentricity, which is equal to 125 mm, which is given in problem. Then P, that is pre-stressing force of 1500 kilonewton. Then length of beam equal to, as it is mentioned in problem, that beam carrying 2-point load at 4 meter each of 40 kilonewton. So here diagrammatically simply supported with point load of 40 kilonewton acting at 4 meter from both ends. So total span is here 12 meter. Then eccentricity, which is 125 mm. Then losses in problem, it is mentioned that pre-stress loss of 20%. So losses equal to 20%. So in case of losses, we find loss ratio. So we know loss ratio, that is eta, equal to 100 minus percentage loss divided by 100. So which is equal to 0.8. So in this problem we have to find extreme fiber stresses at midspan for various stages. So let's start solution. So step number 1, depth of neutral axis. So for rectangular section, y bar is equal to d by 2. So here d equal to 650 divided by 2, which is equal to 325. For symmetrical section, y bar is equal to yt equal to yb equal to 325 mm. Then step number 2, moment of inertia. So for rectangular section, we know moment of inertia is equal to bd cube by 12. So here I equal to 280 into 650 cube divided by 12. So I equal to 6.4 into 10 raised to power 9 mm raised to 4. So step number 3, section modulus. We know section modulus is the ratio of moment of inertia, that is I, divided by y, that is distance from extreme fiber, or it is depth of neutral axis. So here I equal to 6.4 into 10 to the power 9, which is already found in step 2, divided by y, means depth of neutral axis, which is 325. So after calculation, value of z, here for symmetrical section modulus of z, that is z equal to section modulus at bottom, that is zb, equal to section modulus at top, zt. So here after calculation, value of z is 19.6 into 10 to the power 6 mm cube. Unit of I is mm raised to 4 and unit of y is mm. So unit of section modulus is mm cube. Here step number 4, self weight or maximum BM due to self weight. So to find maximum BM due to self weight, first we have to find self weight of beam. So self weight of beam, which is equal to W. So W is equal to area into density. Area into density or specific weight of concrete. So area equal to, we know, cross section, that is B is equal to 280 and D equal to 650. Here density is in kilonewton per meter cube. So convert this term into meter cube. So multiply by 10 to the power minus 6 and multiplied by density or specific weight, which is given in problem, 25 kilonewton per meter cube. So after calculation, value of self weight is 4.55 kilonewton per meter. 4.55 kilonewton per meter. Then maximum Bm. So maximum Bm due to this self weight, we know equation is WL square by 8. So for simply supported with UDL over entire span, maximum Bm equation is WL square by 8. W already we find, so it is 4.55 into L means total span of beam, which is 12 meters, so 12 square divided by 8. So value of maximum Bm is 81.9 into 10 to the power 6 Newton mm. Then maximum Bm due to live load. In problem, 2-point loads are given, which is symmetrical loading is given in this problem for simply supported beam. So we directly find for symmetrical loading, that is reaction at supports are same value, that is 40 at left side and 40 at right side. And second method, by applying equilibrium condition. So we know three condition of equilibrium. Condition 1, summation fx equal to 0. Condition 2, summation fy equal to 0 means summation of all vertical forces equal to 0. So here if we consider at left support is point A and for right support point B, RA, that is reaction, vertical reaction, RA plus vertical reaction RB equal to downward load of 40 plus 40. So here RA plus RB equal to 80 kilonewton. Then third condition of equilibrium, that is sum of moment equal to 0. So here consider moment about left support, that is about point A. So sum of moment about point A equal to 0. So we know RB into distance, so RB into 12 meter equal to this 40 into 4 plus again 40 into 4 plus 40 into 4. So RB equal to here 40 kilonewton. So if we put this value in this first equation, RA equal to also 40 kilonewton. Then to find maximum Bm, we have to consider section at center. Here consider this section XX. So to find moment about this section XX, that is maximum Bm. MXX means it is maximum Bm. So consider moment either from left side or from right side. So we know reaction at A equal to 40 kilonewton and reaction at B equal to 40 kilonewton. So RA into, if we consider from left side, RA into this distance, so 4 plus half of this, so it is 2. So 40 into 6, that is reaction at A, 40 into distance, that is 6 meter, minus this, so this distance is 2 meters, so minus 40 into 2. So maximum Bm at section XX equal to 160 kilonewton meter. Then step number 6, to find resultant stress. So in problem it is mentioned find resultant stresses at various stages. So first, for initial stage or at transfer, resultant stress at top. We know equation of finding resultant stress at top equal to P divided by A, that is direct stress, minus P into E divided by ZT, that is eccentric stress, plus M divided by ZT, which is due to maximum Bm of dead load. So first P by A. So we know value of P is 1500 into 10 to the power 3 divided by cross section area, which is 280 into 650, minus again P means it is 1500 into 10 to the power 3. Eccentricity is given in problem, which is 125 divided by ZT. ZT we find, which is 19.6 into 10 to the power 6, plus moment due to self weight. So here moment due to self weight is 81.9 into 10 to the power 6 divided by again 19.6 into 10 to the power 6. So after calculation, value of this direct stress, which is equal to 8.24, and value of this eccentric stress is 9.56. Then value of this stress due to dead load or self weight is 4.178. So final answer, that is stress at top, is 2.85 Newton per mm square. Here answer is positive, so nature of stress is compressive. Then second at bottom. So for bottom, values are same, that is for P by A it is 8.24, plus for eccentric stress it is 9.56, and for due to self weight it is 4.178. So answer is 13.63 Newton per mm square. Again answer is positive, so nature of stress is compressive. So this is for case 1, that is initial stage or at transfer. Then case 2, that is for final stage or at working stage. Here we consider loss or percentage loss. We already find loss ratio, that is eta, which is equal to 0.8. So to find resultant stress at top or to find extreme stresses at top, equation is P divided by A, or direct stress into loss ratio, minus eccentric stress into loss ratio, plus stress due to self weight plus stress due to live load. So here P by A into N means P by A already we find it is 8.24 into eta, which is 0.8, minus for eccentricity this term is, value of this term is 9.56 into 0.8, then plus 4.17 as it is, plus due to live load this value is 8.16. So after calculation, final answer is 11.28 Newton per mm square. So at working stage, resultant stress at top is 11.28 Newton per mm square. Here answer is positive, so again nature is compressive. Then final, that is at bottom. So resultant stress at bottom, equation is direct stress into eta plus eccentric stress into eta minus stress due to self weight minus stress due to live load. So here again 8.24 into 0.8 plus 9.56 into 0.8 minus 4.178 minus 8.16. So after calculation, answer of resultant stress at bottom is 1.89 Newton per mm square. So resultant stress at bottom is 1.89 Newton per mm square. Here answer is positive, so nature is again compressive. So in this way we find resultant stresses at initial stage and at final stage, or at transfer or at working stage, at top, at bottom, again at top, at bottom. Then last step is to draw resultant stress distribution diagram for initial and final condition. So here first cross section of beam, then directly we draw resultant stress distribution diagram for first case, that is for case 1, that is at initial stage or at transfer stage. So top we know resultant stress is 2.85 Newton per mm square after calculation, and at bottom this value is 13.63 Newton per mm square. So nature of stress is compressive or positive. So this is cross section of beam and resultant stress distribution diagram for case 1, that is at initial stage. So this is for initial stage or at transfer. In this diagram we can also draw direct stress distribution diagram, then for eccentric stress distribution diagram, and due to self weight distribution diagram. Then next again for final that is final condition or for working state. So first cross section of beam, then we find resultant stress in second case, that is at working. So case 2 for working stage. So for working stage, resultant stress at top is 11.28 Newton per mm square. Nature is compressive. Then at bottom it is 1.89. So 1.89 Newton per mm square. Again nature is compressive, so here compressive means plus. This is final resultant stress distribution diagram for working stage, resultant stress distribution diagram. So in this way we solve this problem, that is for analysis of pre-stressed concrete beam. Thank you.